Listen to me. Not only is this not the year to throw in any towels, but this is not the year to stop. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about 2025. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about this year. I am thrilled, not just because we're here, but because we are here. Do you know how many people didn't even make it to this year? Do you know how many people didn't make it to this year and they, in their ideas, their dreams, their visions, the things that they have been given birth to, they have gone into the grave with them. But you and I at this moment, we're here. And if you can hear my voice and you can hear this message, I just want you to know, like, I want you to be crazy clear that not only are you here, but the potential inside of you is here too. And man, you've got every of responsibility to give birth to it already, and to give birth to it at your best, and to give birth to it at the most of what it could be. I can't tell you how many people I have heard over the last 20 days, the last 8 days, lament and talk about what is happening, especially in the United States. There is this feeling of despair, deflatedness, of lostness. And I just want to let you know that not only is that not going to work, but it's not okay. We are not doing that. Listen to me loud and clear. I totally understand what it's like to feel like you have no way, and to feel like you have no voice, and also to feel like, man, how do I survive this? And how do I survive? The plan can't be that over the next 2, 3 months, 2, 3 years, that you're just going to coast and then wait until 4 years is done. No, not at all. Do you know how much living you can do in the next 4 years? Do you know how much possibility you can create for yourself in the next 4 months? Be rest assured that whatever it is that you've been given to give birth to, you've been given to give birth to for a reason, because you are the best candidate out there to give birth to it. Now, there's a couple of things that I have seen, and that really prompted me to say, man, it is absolutely time and the perfect day to do a State of the Union for Do the Damn Thing Nation. And first of all, before I say anything else, let me just say this. I thank you. I'm thrilled that I get the opportunity to be the CEO of this amazing community and this really wild movement. We have been here for 10 years. And as we embark on the next 4 years, I focus on this year. And I want you to focus on this year too. Forget the 4 years. What can you do this year? What's going to happen this year? What do the next 12 months look like? What is actually happening? This year marks a 10-year, the 10-year anniversary of Do the Damn Thing. 10 years ago, I was told that it was crazy to care about people past their ability to make a payment. I was told that it was crazy to go around the world and to find people who don't look like me. Tiffany, go focus on Black women. Tiffany, go focus on people who look like you. Go focus on women who look like you. Focus on women who have children. I am proud today that we run an amazing community that is worldwide. I say amazing community. I don't even know if that's a real word, because I'm not in a community. I'm in the midst of a movement. I'm very clear. The amount of people that I've had the luxury of seeing, especially over the last 2 years, who proudly wear their Do the Damn Thing shirts in their tough moments, when they wake up, when they're going to the gym, when they're going to go have that hard conversation, when they're going to go and do a blitz day to turn their business around, when they're going to go talk to their team and say, listen, some things have got to change. The amount of times that I've seen such cool people send pictures and photos either of them in their shirt as a selfie or them in the midst of doing the damn thing, I am inspired, because I am reminded what happens when you hold on to your story for dear life. If you want to know what I'm going to be doing this year and what raft I'm going to build to protect myself and everything and everybody that I love, it is my story. My story is truthfully still the most powerful tool and asset that I have. And not only is my story that powerful, but your story is too. Over the last couple of years, we have been silently building all types of cool things, but most importantly, a foundation a bit bigger for both of us to stand on. Do the Damn Thing is not an idea. Do the damn thing is the art of looking at fear and making a decision, because you have to make a decision that fear can't win. In night schools over the years, I have been known to share a really important message in a statement. And basically, I just believe that fear hates movement. There are two people who are going to exist this year. The first person who's going to look at fear and they're going to say to themselves, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of that thing. I'm afraid of what's happening in the world. I'm afraid of who's the president. I'm afraid of what's happening in my city and my state. I am afraid of what's happening in my community. I am afraid of my bank account. I'm afraid of my retirement. I am afraid of all the things. And so what they're going to do is they're going to hunker down to kind of coast. And in their coasting, they're going to exist. They're just going to make enough money to pay their bills. They're just going to pay their bills and then find a way to escape through TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or Netflix or a movie. They're going to distract themselves long enough. They're going to distract themselves day after day after day after day after day. And they're going to distract themselves to the point where they're going to be like, is it May yet? Then there's the other person who's going to look at fear, because on this side, this person who's distracting themselves, you know what they're really actually doing? They're really actually just allowing fear to win. Fear can't win. Fear will not be winning for me. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care who's sitting in that chair. I don't care what's happening in this White House. I don't care what's happening in the world. I know what my mission is. Do you know yours? My mission doesn't call me to be confused about what is happening in the White House. My mission also does not call me to be confused about what is happening with other people in their yards, in their spaces. It's not that I don't care, but it does not involve me and it does not involve you. So me heading to the internet, to Facebook and scrolling for an hour of my day, giving to a social media platform where I am simply receiving information that does not help me, I am just more informed, is actually useless. Let it be known that I am telling you, nation, that it is useless. One person says A and the other person says B, and now we spend mental, emotional, precious time going, what is right? Instead of you looking at the year and thinking about how do I consume the narrative, I want you to spend the year doing the damn thing and being the narrative. I plan on spending 2025 being the narrative. I don't plan on spending any part of my 2025 consuming other people's narratives for the sake of consuming the narrative. But what I know for sure is that there's another person over here, this amazing person over here who's like, ugh, man, I'm going to look at fear and I'm afraid of fear. I'm actually scared. I'm scared of fear. I don't know what to do with it. But even though they don't know what to do with it and they don't know how to handle it, they're going to let fear win? No. They're going to move in spite of fear. It has been 20 odd days into 2025. What have you done with this year? And if you are listening to this far beyond 2025, if you are listening to this in a couple of months and it is May for you, what have you done with this year? Be honest. Ask yourself a real question, like a real question from my heart to yours. In whatever days that you have been given of this year, because every day is actually truly a true gift. And we are given the day because we both know that we may not be here tomorrow. This might be my last day. As much as we want to plan and take the slower route, my honest, earnest question from my heart to yours is, did you do everything in today, yesterday's, and all the yesterdays to push your narrative forward, to tell your story, and to build whatever the hell it is that you want? If you haven't, why not? Our responsibility as self is to build the things that we've been given vision to, and then to pull the resources. So the reason why community is so magical, especially why I love this one so much, is that then what we do is as we're building and doing the damn thing here, we then can reach out to other people and partners and amazing humans who have pieces of the puzzle that we need so that we can go and build it. But we can't build the damn thing if we're distracted by fear. Stop being distracted by fear. I listened to a woman a couple of days ago. I listened to a woman. I made a decision a couple of days ago. I opened up social media in the very first week of 2025. And then I opened it again. And I say I open it because I really actually don't open it too much. And I'm still making decisions around a platform or two and how will I distribute the voice. But I opened the platform and I saw a couple of things. One of the most important things, and I'm gonna give you, and I really hope that I'm planting a seed that will serve you, because these are my decisions that I'm making as a CEO for the goals that I have. I run 5 companies, and in those 5 companies, I'm responsible for a lot of making sure that we hit a lot of revenue goals every single month. And I'm also responsible for a two people who are in college who have decided to move into my house. I have a teenager who's headed to high school. I have a husband in the midst of a really dynamic career in Hollywood. My life is very full. I don't have time for distractions. The things that I have put in place as I end the very first month, and I ask you to examine what does the next 11 months look like. I'll tell you 3 of the most important things that I put in place that have been an absolute game changer. And as I was getting prepared for this moment of being in the midst of this State of the Union with our entire DTDT, or Do the Damn Thing Nation, I was talking to one of our private clients in the Shadow CEO world last night. And she said to me, she was talking about how powerful and strong she feels because of something I told her about a week and a half in passing. I said to her, you know what I will not be doing? I will not be heading to the internet this year or any of these 4 years looking for information. I don't want it. I don't want to go to TikTok. I don't want to be on Facebook and stumble upon the thing that has happened that has a narrative that I can't control, that has a narrative that is biased, also that has pieces of the information. If I remove the emotion and I stare at the fact, with the fact as a leader, I can make stronger and better decisions. With my emotion, I make half or fractional decisions. You need the fact and the emotion to go hand in hand. I need the fact first and the emotion second. Let this be a year of you looking at the fact first and then the emotion. For everything that I will be walking through, leaning into, designing, planning, or managing, or launching, I'm going to look at the facts first and the emotion second. So I told this client, I said, you know what? Hey, I know this sounds crazy, but every morning I head to whitehouse.gov and I simply read the updates of what has happened. That way, it's not about CNN or Fox. It is not about Twitter. It has nothing to do with what is happening on Instagram. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Now, can those things supplement ideas and narratives? Sure. Is there some valid things that I have heard or seen in the last 24 months of my life? Absolutely. But make no mistake about it, I am not interested in being reactive to what is happening in the world. My responsibility, your responsibility, is to be proactive. When we build our life, we build our life by design. When we decide to do the damn thing, we do it by design, not because we're forced or pushed off an edge. When we tell our story, it's not because someone kicks us in the back and it just kind of comes out and we blurt it out at a family meeting. No, that is not it at all. It is because we make a centered core decision within ourselves and we say, oh, no, 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 no. I am going to tell my story. I'm going to own it first. I'm going to own it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to breathe it inside of me. And I'm going to own this motherfucker. I'm going to own this story. Because when you own the story, when it's yours, then it's yours to distribute. It's yours to give out. It's just like when you own your game plan for this year. Do you know how your company is going to end up at the end of this year? Do you know if you're going to accomplish your dreams or your ideas or the vision at the end of this year? Or are you going to walk through and tiptoe every single month and just kind of hope and pray that this thing takes off and hope and pray it happens? Well, forget. Listen, if you have not seen what is happening in the world, we don't even have no time for no hope and pray. We do not have no time for no hope and no pray. We do not have time for no, let me just see about this. Let me pray about. Yes, you can pray about it, but you prayed about it. God gave you the vision. You don't need to keep praying about it. Stop wasting the time. That is my message for myself. And that is my message for you. Do the Damn Thing Nation. I believe in you so much. I believe in the heartbeat that I still hear around the world in different colors and ideas and places. Which is why I made a decision to make sure that before the month ends, that I start us off strong with a State of the Union that I will be doing as we walk through 2025. And if you're not plugged into our list at our social media, if you do not have access to us by text message, if you have not plugged into making sure that you're at Do the Damn Thing Live at the end of this year for our 10-year anniversary, let me just be clear. I am going to lead by fact. I want you to lead by fact. I want you to lead proactively. The thing I need to lead is the vision, the idea, the dream, and the goals. I said the dream first because the dream has to come before the goal. The goals that we have in this do the damn thing idea and spirit. A goal basically says, okay, well, the goal, this thing is right here. This thing is over here. And I see it. I make $100. I need to make $200. So let me just stretch a little bit more. Let me just do a little bit more over here. And then you stretch a little bit and then you get to the goal. Whoopee. Whoop the flip E. I don't care about you getting to your goals this year. You should hit them along the way. I do care about you getting to that dream. The dream is a thing that you can't see. The dream is a thing that is outlandish. It is preposterous. It is far outside of your scope. It doesn't fit in. It feels overwhelming. When you think about it and you try to materialize it, you can't quite see it. I am a Black woman. I know, shock and surprise. Shock, let the shock sit in. I am still a Black woman, and I am standing in one of my dreams. I am standing in one of our dreams. Many years ago, we had this dream of being able to broadcast to the world. We had a dream of building a studio together. We had a dream of building something that was impossible. There were a lot of people who had a camera inside of a room in their garage in the basement, and those things are good. I mean, man, that's where night school started, and we're on semester 18 this year. Night school started in a garage. But today I'm standing in a studio, not where I create and where our team creates, but where thousands of people have been touched, hundreds of thousands of people have been touched by the work that has been done inside of this space that was once just a dream. I mean, last year we had a whole documentary shot here from the WNBA, here in this space that was once just a dream. Your potential is inside of you, right underneath the fear that we've been holding on to. We watched what happened over the last couple of weeks, and we allowed fear to settle in just a little bit more. Fact will give you the confidence to respond to fear. Fact will give you the confidence to respond to your opposers. Fact will give you the ability to navigate. Fact will give you the roadmap. What is the truth and what is the fact in front of you? The very first thing that I made a decision to is to read whitehouse.gov every morning. I'm going to do my best to within context, make sure I share my perspective and what I'm going to do on each step of the way as I read. The second thing that I did is I made a decision to remove my reactiveness to the bells and whistles that go on in front of me. I'd already done that over the last couple of years, but I took it a different step. Let me give you some examples. I don't sleep with my phone next to my head in my bed. One, I don't do it for a ton of health reasons because I believe in what is being transmitted every time that phone gets a notification. Every ping that comes from a satellite, Facebook, from phone calls, from email, from team, from members, and and I can go on and on and on. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to ask. But outside of that, I don't want to react to what is happening. I want to be proactive in everything I do. My phone doesn't stay in my bedroom most of the time. It is outside of my bedroom when I go to sleep, because when I wake up in the morning, I need to be in control of the narrative. I also don't spend time and that's number 2. So number 3, every single morning and respectively every night, I make sure I'm looking at the plan and the roadmap for the day, tied to the week, tied to the month. I've made a decision this year here and Do the Damn Thing Nation that I'm going to open up our doors as wide as I possibly can, because we haven't held any live large events in the last couple of years. We haven't had any story intensives in the last couple of years. We also haven't done business intensives and production days and different things. And as I stand here in this studio, this amazing studio that I have the luxury of getting to see every single week, I'm reminded of how sometimes just opening the doors makes it easy for us to uh, almost receive the possibilities that we're waiting on the other side. So, one of the reasons why you want to keep your ear to the ground in this year, a couple of things that are coming that I just want you to be aware of. Number one, we have probably about 3, maybe 4 intensives that are application driven, that we are giving 100% scholarship to the person if they're willing to fill out the application and it makes sense for them to come to Do the Damn Thing week during night school. We have maybe 10 to 12 people who hunker down for the week. They're deep in a mastermind. They figure all their things out. They get to ask me and our team all the questions as we are in and out for the day. They get access to our resources. They get to see our retail shop, our thrift shop, and the next school will actually get to see our coffee shop. If we have time, we'll take them down to Van Buren, where we have about 16,000 square feet of building that we're building here in downtown Phoenix. They'll get to sit inside of this studio that I'm in. And what's cool is that they'll see what's possible and make better decisions. I'm probably going to have about 20, maybe 30 people for the year that we're going to continue to give scholarships to in 2025. No cost. The importance of that is that I want to make sure that I am being a steward of what I want you to do and what I want you to be in your own micro communities. How do you impact more people? At the end of this year, we have Do the Damn Thing Live, and Do the Damn Thing Live, we're going to be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. I'm so excited about it because it's like, oh shit, we're here. Like, oh my God, we're here. Like, I'm still like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So instead of charging for tickets and things like that, I'm trying to figure out, how do I turn the Do the Damn Thing event into a Do the Damn Thing convention, Do the Damn Thing conference. And I'm trying to do it at no cost so that each person who has been hanging on to our list, who has been riding this really tough wave, riding the wave from when I got sick, riding the wave of me in the hospital, losing my ability to walk, riding the way as I've rebuilt Do the Damn Thing and all of these pieces, but more importantly, who has followed our journey. I'm determined to make sure that we can give a complimentary general admission ticket to those people. And if you know that you're like, man, I want to come and in this intimate mastermind, family only, oh my gosh, experience, please, please mark it on your calendar. That's in November. We have tours inside of a mastermind that we are launching. So in February, my birthday is coming. In February, we're going to give birth to a Do the Damn Thing community, where the entire year it's focused on simply doing the damn thing. You state your goals, you state your objectives, you put your stake in the ground, you send us your goals and your objectives, we hold them close, and then we're going to give you access to about 5 or 6 coaches who are going to work and do all these things. And the whole year is about getting to the goal and getting to the objective. That's it. That's what we are doing as a community. Outside of that, I want you to ask yourself, what do you need? What do you need and what's missing? As you look at the year and you ask yourself an honest question like, do I have everything I need to win? Do I have everything I need to win? And if I don't, what is it? Please don't let the year really start like deep into February and you're not holding on to a game plan that allows your heart to shine and be full as much as you making the money that you need, taking on bigger opportunities, facing some of the things that you've been leaving in the background for a long time. I'm not going to let fear win, because fear is not going to be stronger than me in this life. It can't be. What I know to be true is that if I'm willing to let fear not win, or if I'm willing to let myself stand in front of fear, then I'm also saying to myself, I trust me. You may have had a long journey over the last, I feel like ever since the pandemic, of just trusting people. We have AI now in the conversation. I've seen things that are so real, they actually scare the bejesus out of me. And so it's easy in this moment to say, man, I don't trust this. I don't know if I can trust that. I don't want to watch the news station. I don't know if I can trust people. My husband did this, my wife did that, my kids are doing that. I was working for this job or this place and she is this way. And I had a best friend, and I had a customer or client, and someone else, they took my idea, they stole my intellectual property, they built a course like mine, they're teaching my same content. Oh my god, it goes on and 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 on, and I'm like, I get it, I hear you. You don't want to trust people. You don't have to trust people. You can't trust anybody for real at 100% until you trust your damn self. Trust you. Trust yourself. Me learning how to retrust myself as a CEO and as a leader allowed me the clarity to reestablish or to properly establish my trust in other people. What you can't do is trust people partially. And I don't care how many times that you say, well, Tiffany, this person, I've had 5 people who have done this thing to me, but those 5 people cannot be the representation of 100. If I were to tell you the amount of people, times, the 2, 3, 4 times that I trusted someone, and not only did it go far south, but they broke my trust in a big, bold way. 1, because they were jealous of me. 2, because they didn't want my light to shine. 3, because they envied me. 4, because they hated on me. If I told you how many times, I wouldn't be standing here. I'm making a decision all over again because it has served me very well to trust at 100% right out of the gate. But the first is I have to trust myself that I know what the hell I'm doing. Then I'm going to trust this brand, and I'm going to trust this brand and all of our other brands, the Story Agency, the Thread, the Do the Damn Thing Coffee Kitchen. I'm going to trust the brand. There was a moment where I was a little concerned about the brand because I was like, what has happened? What has really happened? I don't need to be concerned. I need to trust the brand. I know what DTDT is. I know what the art and the spirit of doing the damn thing is. I know what it means to do the damn thing and to breathe, do the damn thing. And then the third is that you can't allow yourself to, we can't trust people partially. You need to trust some vendors. You need to either trust your partner at 100% or get rid of them. It's a simple equation. Trust your partner at 100% or get rid of them. Did she say that? Yes. Is she saying I should leave her? Yes. Is she saying I should leave him? Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. I am. Trust your team that you have built at 100% or fire them. Yes. That's the year we're in. You don't trust your children at 100%, put them out. Yes, put them out. Well, Tiffany, they're under 18. Okay, great. So then you still have time. But if they're 18 and a half or they're 27, put them out. You have customers and clients that you're like, man, I don't know if I can trust those customers and clients. Some of them are talking shit. They're stealing stuff from me. They're not showing up. Well, here's the thing. In the equation, are you trusting yourself at 100% and then they're not trusting? Or you trust yourself partially? Because everything around you is a reflection of whatever the hell you are. Everything around you, write this down. Everything around you is a reflection of whatever you are. Everything around you is a reflection of whatever you are or whatever you have created over whatever you have allowed or whatever you have tolerated. I can't say that any clearer. There were so many times I wanted to blame other people for the things that were happening or not happening in my world or my companies. I couldn't blame those people. I couldn't blame those other people. I couldn't blame them. I couldn't, as much as I was like, oh, you're the problem. You're the reason why. And it's like, no, Tiffany Largy. It is you, girl. It is you. You by your damn self. Everything is a reflection of me, of what I'm doing or not doing. Everything around you is a reflection of what you're doing or not doing. The next couple of days, every weekend, so few things that I'm going to be doing and implementing. And if you want in I'm going to give you my plan right now. So once a week, I'm going to be hunkered down and it is going to be my building day. One time a week, I'm going to be building things. In some aspects, I need to build new things. In some aspects, I need to simply be a carpenter and could repair things that are broken. So there is a day that I'm going to hunker down for the majority of that day, and I'm going to build things. The second thing that I'm implementing that you're sleeping on is sleep. I get sleep for the most part, but there have been a few times in my career that I can remember going till 2 in the morning, 5 days in a row. That is not how we get to the next 500,000 or the next milli at all. That is not how you build the life you want. That is not how you stay sexy and wet. That I did say wet. You're welcome. That is not how this stuff happens. You have to go to bed. Take your ass to bed. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. But don't go to sleep and scroll on your phone, because that's not sleeping. That's forcing your mind to do this all day and all night. If you go to bed and you relax by scrolling through tons of information that don't help you, no. Now, if you go to your bed and you hold your phone and you're like, I'm going to do farming, I'm going to watch 5 things on farming, run it. Love it. Great. Okay. I'll accept it. The third thing that I'm going to be doing, that I'm implementing, is I am not taking any small steps this year. Every step that I take, because I can't take a lot of steps this year, I got too much on my plate, which means that everything that I'm going to invest my heart or time into is going to be something big. For example, there is a business I started last year and built the branding for it, built the space. I bought all the equipment for it, all of it. And I asked myself an honest question. Could we do easily $1 million this year? For me, it's in revenue because of my goals. For you, it might be something different. But I asked myself an honest question. I was like, can we do $1 million in this business this year, in this way, in this space? And the more I stood there, I was like, we cannot. We could in another space if I took the concept, and I was like, but that's not where we are. I've acquired this space. I've leased this space. I have gotten these items. I've spent a lot of money. And so you know what I did? After evaluating, is this a massive mood, me having to come to terms with the fact that it wasn't? I shut it down. Don't be afraid to walk away from things at the beginning of this year. Like, don't feel at all that you need to apologize for shutting down or stopping something that you started. Don't apologize for it. In some regards, if it hurts other people drastically, I get it. Take your time, be gentle. I get it. Let's do that. But if you're like, man, I started creating journals for my company and I'm going to do journals. Okay, well, I mean, you got to sell a whole hell of a lot of journals to pay your mortgage and to pay all the bills. That's why I cannot bet my life on building journals. But what can you sell? What would be massive that would have a major impact? Once I said to myself, man, this business, there's no way we could do $1 million. And the other part of it is it was a distraction. It was a little further away. Could I justify it? Yeah. Is it close to me? Yeah. Is it service and things that I do all the time? Yeah. It's a service-based business. But the more that I sat with it, I was like, you know what, dear God, it's not a massive hit. So I took a deep breath. I cut my losses. And in the words of E.L. Smith, I charged it to the game. And I said, you know what? I've got to let all of this go. So the third or fourth thing is that I needed to look at things that were loose ends and that I had started and not finished. I either needed to put them on the table if they have the potential, or I need to kill them. One or the two. I cannot leave them in the middle, because if they're in the gray and they're in the middle, I am in the gray, I am in the middle. We cannot do that this year. That is what this year is calling. And if you haven't paid attention to what is happening all around us, things are either very far left or they are very far right. You just need to be the same. You need to be very far left and very far right. You cannot be in the middle. You will drown emotionally and spiritually in the middle. And I don't want that, which is why I'm begging you to hear me. The fourth thing is that I needed to make it immediate and a must, that I'm dying off the things. I'm killing the things. So instead of just leaving it and packing it up, I took a deep breath and I immediately began to sell all of the things that are inside of the space, I'm either going to, one, add the space to something that we are doing here and allow this world of the Tiffany Largie brands to grow, or I'm going to let it go altogether. Oh, but Tiffany, you spent a lot of money on it. Yeah, I did. I spent thousands of dollars. You're right. I did. But it's okay. Do I have that money to waste? No, I don't have a penny to waste ever. But I also need to know when it's time to cut my losses. For you, this might be a marriage, relationship, a place you've lived in, a city you've lived in, a family that you've been a part of, a business that you've tried to grow, a product you try to get off the ground, a channel that you tried to launch. I've been trying for my YouTube channel. No, don't hunker down and do it. If you really want a YouTube channel, kill that one and start a new one. It's okay to do that. But what I don't want you to do is be in the middle. I want you to join me in this journey, in this year of making a decision to live your life by doing the damn thing. All day, every way, in all the ways that you can possibly think of, and in everything you touch and do. Because doing the damn thing is contagious. You start to do the damn thing, you'll change the behavior of the people around you. You want them to up your game, you want them to be better, you want them to be more. Oh my gosh, you change your behavior, but you change your behavior and you stick to it. And if you're like, I can't stick to it, I fall off the bandwagon, I lose myself every so often, then you need to be in a community. You need to be in our community. You need to be in a program. You need to be in something. We don't have any courses or program, but we do have a community that will launch in February. We will be working focused on what is your goal and keeping the person accountable. That's it. What I know for sure is that this world needs you more than ever. To all the healers that are out there who have said to themselves, I don't know what is going on. I have been I know that I'm a healer and I know that I'm supposed to go and help people, but I can't quite figure out how to do it because the world feels so crazy. I'm telling you right now that the world needs you more than it's ever needed you before. The healer's responsibility in this journey is to, in this battle, in the spiritual world that we're all watching, is to collect the souls and the people who were bruised and battered, to collect the souls of the people who are bruised and battered and to help rehabilitate them one person at a time. Some of you have the capacity to do a couple more people at a time, but make no mistake about it. Your responsibility in the battle is to heal, and you know who you are. To the shamans that are out there who have accepted the path and accepted the journey to be a true spiritual guide, turn on your fucking light and guide. Do not let fear win. Do not let fear win. Turn on your light and guide. I need you to guide. I need you to light the path. For the others who are warriors and soldiers and generals in this battle, in this spiritual battle, I am making a plea from my heart to yours, from my spirit and my soul to yours. You know who I am. You know what this is. You know what the mission is. I don't have to tell you. You know, and you have known for a long time. I am calling you to battle. And I'm not calling you to fight that or this. I'm calling you to fight against the darkness. I'm calling you to be at 100% every day. Because if you don't guide, the healers get lost. They can't see the people. And then I can't do the work that I need to do because we're all in chaos. Outside of what we see from the White House to Minnesota to right here in Phoenix, Arizona, around the world, we are in the midst of a spiritual battle. I am not looking for prayer warriors. If you are a prayer warrior, thank you so much, and I am grateful that you were there. I am looking for you to do more. You are all about it on social media. You will talk and share your opinion and share the boat and you'll share the image and you'll share the article that was written by somebody else and you'll share something and be like, that's right. You'll also highlight some of the ugliness that is happening. You'll share and comment and DM and send in text messages. But in the real battlefield, okay, in the real battlefield, which is outside this door, where you physically are off the internet, are you fighting the same battle? Are you walking up to people at the approach or the way or the method that you are online? Don't be so comfortable fighting on the internet. Fight in person. Fight heart to heart, belly to belly, brother to brother, sister to sister. Fight. Be clear. Take a stand. Be proud. Stand firm. Your voice and your power and your strength and your insight and your intuition and your healing ability is the greatest gift on the planet. It is the thing that I need to help light the path and to help collect the people that I cannot get to, who are dying right now, and we can save them. This entire journey is so much bigger than what happens for our goals in the next couple of months and the next couple of years. It is about what happens after this life. It is about the mission that we have all accepted and why we are here at the same time. My soul is not here by accident with your soul at this time. And if you can't process that, ask me a question. If I made you sick by saying that, then this journey with me is not for you. But I am clear. I know the mission. I have been on hundreds of stages in front of thousands of people around the world who don't look like me. They are white, they are male, they are Chinese and Indian and a different version of Asian. They are from Bangladesh and Australia. They are from corners of the earth, which are Wyoming and Nebraska. And their hearts match my heart. I have felt them. I have spoken to them. I have helped them. I have hundreds of thousands of testimonials at this point, standing in this seat 10 years later, where so many of my peers have faded off. I'm telling you, I know the way. It starts with not allowing fear to win. I want you to be just as excited about walking into this upcoming month, wrapping up this quarter, and walking into quarter 2, 3, and 4 like I am. I want to remind you that Do the Damn Thing Nation is here to serve you. We are here to help you. I love you. And I truthfully cannot wait to see what we are going to build and do and accomplish together. And make it be clear, I believe in you. I wouldn't spend this time here if I didn't. I believe in who you are, not in who you're going to be. I do believe in the vision that you've been given to give birth to. And I'm 1,000% in to help you make that happen and to use every resource in my power within my grasp to make it a reality. All I ask is that you show up at 100% every single time you go to swing that bat, because effort is really the only thing you can control. I love you. Let's rock it out. I can't wait.